Hello and welcome.
Hello.
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 Hello again.
That's the hello sorted.
But yeah, we've got that out of the way.
So-
Welcome to what is episode 3.
It is episode 3.
Of Duck Size Horses, a podcast from me, Jack Higgins, the bold radio nerd.
And me, Nathan Herat. None of the things Jack just said.
Good. So yeah, welcome to episode 3 of Duck Size Horses,
Yes.
which is a podcast about things that you'd rather do.
Yes.
So all about the classic ones, how we kicked things off and where we got our name from, which was, would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
We finally got that right.
Finally nailed it.
3 months
Yeah.
after we came up with the idea, we finally got it right.
Name
now,
right first time.
Before, Jack, people write in angry that we didn't record an episode last month. I think we should explain that was because you were on holiday.
I was indeed.
And I think the question I'm sure everyone listening is burning to ask, so I shall ask for them, is did you go to California Tacos?
I didn't go to California Tacos.
Genuine disappointment.
It's still there, and when my free flights roll around from episode 2, then I'll make it there. I'll make it. So but I did fly.
You did.
I did
You did
fly.
fly.
Not freely, not using my own powers, but I did fly there.
You
It's
did.
Very,
Would
very,
you
very
like to
good.
tell people where you went for your holiday?
I went to lovely Italy.
That sounds very nice.
Had
sir.
very, very nice food and very nice sunshine.
Good.
very,
highlight
very good.
highlight of the trip?
Highlight of the trip was, there's far too many to choose from. Food was good. The weather was great. Company was great. It's
Nice.
very, very
Sounds
nice.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Sounds lovely. Now, you did say that
Perfect.
you went to the Colosseum. And again, another burning question. When you visited said Colosseum, did you see a massive duck on your travels?
No.
You didn't.
No, I did not. And gladly, I didn't have to fight one.
You weren't
either.
called to arms at any
No,
point to do
no.
with a massive duck.
But I just want to put everybody who's thinking of visiting Rome, and even people in Rome right now, and the people who were there at the time I visited, that everyone was at ease because they knew I was there. They knew I was ready to step up in such an event.
This has become like a Eurovision speech. You feel like, have they done a great show? Were the people of Italy very welcoming?
Oh yeah, very, very, very great. And again, they were super happy I was there because they knew if they were in grave peril from a massive duck, then
You're the man.
here
You
I
are the
am.
man.
I'm there. I'm ready to go.
Indeed you were, sir.
And anytime, any place, duck. Bring it on.
Oh, trash talking already. So, sir, tell the lovely people what episode 3's question is.
So, episode 3 has stuff to do with your body, and we'll jump on to the question in just a little moment.
Yep.
We so this was sent in by Tim, Tim from Cheltenham.
Thank you, Tim.
My old housemate Tim, very, very kind of him, and he'd like to know: would you rather have fingers as long as your arms, or arms as long as your fingers? Mr. Herat,
That's a great question. Well, Tim,
over to you.
I went for fingers as long as your arms.
Wow. Okay.
What did you go for, Mr. Higgins?
So I went for the opposite again.
Did you? We are getting the hang of this
yes,
now.
we've done it.
We've done it. Well done,
I
Tim.
went opposite ways again.
Right then.
So,
Shall I tell you for why I chose
Yes.
what I chose?
well, just before we do that, again, just a quick reminder that after we've picked our answers, we'll sort of pick apart the other person.
Yes, we will.
And as is not the case here, if we both go for the same answer, then we kind of compare.
Yeah, we do, yes.
Compare notes.
And we've got to basically decide who's won this
Yes.
in
So
the end. And it's very tense because it's 1-1, isn't it? We worked it
It
out.
is,
So
yeah.
it's one show each, so it's very tense.
you do me some convincing then.
I shall convince the
why
pants off you.
fingers as long as your arms?
Right, so I thought fingers as long as your arms because mainly I think you could perform more tasks with those fingers.
Okay.
And also the main point, I was thinking you could, once you had fingers as long as your arms, I would go for some kind of follow-up surgery to become almost like Inspector Gadget.
Ah, okay.
So you would have various tools in each finger Did he have one in his thumb as well? It's been a while since I've seen the film.
He's got tools everywhere.
But-
He's one massive tool.
He is one massive tool. But yeah, so I was thinking various tools. Maybe not the corkscrew, because I don't drink and that'd be not racist. That'd be wasted. Is what I meant to say.
Oh, those racist
Oh
corkscrews.
yeah, racist corkscrews. Wasted on me. Maybe I'm wasted now. Maybe that's the problem. But yeah, so
Yeah,
that'd be
you
wasted.
sure you don't drink?
So I will after tonight. I changed the corkscrew to something that I'd use in my everyday life, like a cheese grater or something.
Oh, okay.
And then you have like the Swiss Army knife type finger, and then screwdriver, maybe like potato peeler or something. My dreams are very small in terms of.
You could almost make your fingers, if you're going to do like an Inspector Gadget thing, you could almost make your fingers telescopic, so you had normal size fingers.
I realise all the things I just named aren't really gadgets, are they? Potato peelers and
Oh, they are.
cheese
Someone has
graters
to think, once upon a time, that blew someone's mind being able to use that, and that counts as a gadget.
yeah, so that's what I would use it for, but not to fight crime.
Oh,
Just
okay,
for,
so you're hoping the extended fingers would allow you extra
I think
gadgets?
so, yeah. Because like if, for example, you're in the middle of writing an email and someone's at the door at the same time, you send a finger off. We don't send a finger off, but you could use one finger to open the door, and the other to finish
Right, okay.
the email. Because obviously I type with one finger.
Ah, okay.
Not the rest. I'm a proper old-fashioned button masher of a typer. So that's kind of what I would think.
Right.
And that's what I do, really. I know it's not a thorough. I just thought more of a gadget kind of.
Okay, so you're going straight into what could you do, like if you didn't have that though?
What if I didn't have gadgets? My fingers,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
long fingers.
Yeah.
I suppose sport-wise, that would be a benefit. Like if cricket-wise, you should be able to take good catches with longer fingers.
Very true.
But then it depends if your hand is as big as your fingers, because if you're
this is
regulation hand but larger fingers,
This
it's
is
probably
this
going
is
to be
what
a
I was thinking.
hindrance.
You normal size palm,
But-
normal size arm,
Yeah,
but
but
just really long gangly fingers. Is
Exactly,
what
so-
I had in my head, which is why I've gone for
that's why you've gone the other way. Go on
my
then.
answer. So
Convince me, say.
normal size hands.
Yeah.
But sort of, well, so have a look at my largest finger, maybe 2.5 inch finger.
Yeah.
I could do that. Again, things staying in proportion, it means my arms would still be that thick. So, whereas I wouldn't really be able to extend to reach something,
Yeah.
I could still easily pick up stuff. I could still grab it.
True.
I could itch my own head at that length.
You could.
I'd struggle to itch other parts of my body because I'm quite a gangly man.
You are a bit
Um,
gangly, no offense.
Yeah, like so if I had to itch my feet, then that would be a huge struggle.
Maybe I could come around and help you. Maybe I could get like a foot itching.
Well, as long as your
Fingers
arms, you wouldn't even.
True, I
to
wouldn't
step
need a
in that-
gadget. I
that
could just-
house. Yeah.
Yeah, just reach across and help you.
But no, I just as a practicality kind of thing, I could still
Yeah.
do all the tasks I needed to do because I'm quite a practical person.
You are quite practical, yeah.
So
to be fair.
I was thinking, would I be able to like lift stuff up with massive fingers? And I thought, if they're all still the same thickness,
Yeah.
then they'd be just longer, maybe a little bit like weak and.
But would you not get a better grip with the longer?
Oh yeah, I
Yes,
think
yeah.
grip would be okay, but then I'd only really able to pick something up that's really sort of wide.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, if I had to, I don't know, lift, I just trying to think of something that's really what a fridge. I could probably get my whole grasp
yeah.
around that then, which would be quite good. So I don't know, trying to guess how long my arms are, and how long my fingers would be
Yeah.
then. But it'd be double the length of my arm.
It would
surely.
be. Yeah,
'cause
surely two arms length.
yeah. Mm.
Nice.
But then I'd actually be, and I've been called this before. I'd actually be a knuckle dragger.
a knuckle dragger.
Yeah.
Is that not in Lord of the Rings or something?
Yeah, I know. I just say it's a slur for someone who's very primitive and not so. Yeah, I know.
I
Very
wouldn't call you
ve-
primitive.
very unkind.
No,
Although I have been
no.
known to bang things together, tried and start a fire. So
I've never
Dude,
seen you do that, but
I'll take my word.
I will take your word. Part of me wants you to start a fire.
Like cooking outside and got the whole sort of facial fungus thing going on, and I tend to mumble and grunt a lot. So This
You're
is
not really doing yourself much of a
no,
service
I'm
here.
kind of
Where's your self-esteem,
yeah,
mate?
talking myself down. Also, I thought as well.
Yeah. Are
You
we both going for a drink at the same time?
we are.
This is going to be awkward. Ready?
Ready?
And we're back.
I just want to go out on record. Nathan's introduced me to rose lemonade.
I have. I've
tonight,
introduced you
and
to my tipple of choice.
it is fantastic. What a drink!
It is amazing. And I shall say to you, sir, you will remember this when you wake up tomorrow. Unlike alcoholic beverages,
Very true.
I'm informed.
Well, yes, very, very true. I wanted to have some kind of
There's
rebuttal
no quip for that, mate.
as a heavy drinker, I wanted to be like, actually, oh wait, no, he's right there. He's 100% right.
Back to the
Back
question.
to the question in hand.
Yeah.
Or
finger.
Or finger. So I'd have normal size hands.
Yeah.
And I feel that would kind of lend well to sport a little bit.
True, yeah.
Because I'm again, it feeds into the sort of weird dexterity of fingers.
Yeah.
Imagine someone like Peter Massive Hands Schmeichel, as I've been reliably told is his
I'm not sure that's
full
his
nickname.
full name, is it?
Yep, and he'd still be quite agile,
Yeah, true.
but he'd still want to get his hands around the ball, and I
No,
reckon he still could.
that's yeah.
Because he does have quite big hands, and I feel like if he had long fingers, then it might get a little bit too gangly and
True, yeah.
might have let a few past him.
I suppose also if he was to sort of repel, I guess is the posh word for saving a shot in football. I guess if you've got gangly fingers, breakages are more
Mm-hmm.
likely. This mime isn't helping at all, but I'm
No.
going to continue to do it
Oh,
because I feel safe miming sort of gangly fingers.
It's very very good audio content. That is.
It is. It's
Mimes.
perfect, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have nailed how to do a podcast through mime and contemporary dance.
Hey, this is the gap in the market we were looking for.
Exactly. So yeah, sporting wise, I suppose. Yeah.
What I could be good for,
Yeah.
and this kind of feeds into your idea a little bit, is if you were rowing.
Rowing. Yeah.
With having really long fingers, and it ties back into my little holiday. Is if you're punting,
Yeah.
so if you're on a gondola and
Yeah.
stuff, if you were in a
Just
rowboat,
Hands.
just stick your fingers
Fingers
in and
in. Yeah.
push yourself across the bottom.
Nice. Well, yeah, and swimming, I suppose.
Yeah,
Swimming would be another one, like Olympic swimming or whatever.
just kind of drag
You just
yourself.
kind of-
Yeah,
Yeah. Doggy paddle or whatever.
could
Nice,
work. Yeah.
nice.
So there you go. Well, I'm feeding into
You
your idea
are,
a little
you
bit
are.
now.
You're helping me out, mate.
Giving you ideas.
You are. Nice.
You said that you'd go for the Inspector Gadget thing.
Yeah.
What if it was the other way around then? What if you had normal size hands but sort of finger size arms?
Right. I don't know what the benefit of that would be, really.
Well, I've just listed
You
some,
have
haven't you?
listed some, yeah.
I've been quite thorough.
You
I feel.
haven't- I don't know what to add to the things you've already said, really. I suppose, could you reach into smaller gaps, maybe? Or?
I think it all depends on how big your hand is normally.
That's true, yeah.
If you had long fingers,
If you had
like,
long fingers,
you
maybe
could-
it's long fingers I'm thinking.
yeah,
would be
no,
better for.
actually, that would really be good.
Like that.
yeah,
That's it.
you've got me there with that one.
I've accidentally stumbled over a genius answer.
You
so
are.
reaching like keys or pound coins or whatever under the sofa.
Mm-hmm.
If you've got long fingers, you're in.
Slightly yesterday I dropped a lettuce under the car, and it rolled completely into the middle of the car. So there I was on the supermarket car park floor trying to bat out a lettuce from the. Had I had long fingers,
You would have just got that in one.
yeah, just sort of hook and scoop it out.
That I must say that anecdote has raised so many questions that I don't know where to begin. But I shall try and fit them all in as well as I
See,
can.
well, it's just sort of highlights how clumsy I am.
It does,
And-
yeah. But may I
So
ask
maybe-
why you didn't carry your lettuce in a bag?
Oh, I was just trying to save the environment.
Oh, don't you go all Greenpeace on me. Surely you should carry it in a carrier bag. But also, I like how you felt the need to start with that. It's not completely related, and it wasn't really related at all.
Not at all. Well, see, here's my train of thought there. I'm quite I've said I'm practical, but I'm also
Incredibly clumsy.
yeah, for the most part. I drop things quite a fair bit. Actually, more often than anything, it's not dropping stuff, it's banging my head on stuff. So maybe if we're sort of wanting parts of the body to be smaller, maybe
Head.
my head, so I
Head,
didn't
yeah.
bang it on things. But yeah, no, I often drop things or things go running away from me, and
Yeah.
I can't reach them because
Yeah.
my hands are too big. So I'm there with tools trying to pick them out. I did it recently, actually.
Was it with a lettuce? Which
No,
vegetable was it this time?
No, it was car related.
Was it?
Yeah, I had to change a light bulb on the car. And
Nice.
the man in Halford snapped the end of the bulb off and was like, "Oh no, it's broken. I can't get out." I was like, "No."
Wait, so you went to Halfords with a problem with the bulb, and the man in Halford's solution was to break the bulb?
Yeah,
Are you sure you went to Halfords?
yeah. It was at the end of the day, and I was like, "It's fine. Don't worry. I'll fix it myself."
Why
So-
did he break it?
Oh, it wasn't on purpose. It wasn't.
Oh, right. It wasn't
wasn't
just a...
this guy.
He wasn't like
I
a
know what I'm
cowboy
No, I
builder
know
or
what I'm
whatever.
going to do to his car. So I had to get basically I've got a really long Allen key.
Right.
When I say really long Allen key, I mean it's like a foot in length.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very big.
That is incredible.
And the car I have, or my girlfriend Abby has, I should say, it's not my car. But very ever.
Have you stolen a car,
No,
Jack?
ever grateful for the use of it. I had to. You can't get the bulb out in like a normal way.
Right, okay.
At least if, well, I was going to say unless you're a skilled mechanic like they have in Halford, but it's
Skilled's a strong word.
not doing too well for themselves thus far. I had to get the really long Allen key in and sort of like wiggle it out, sort of
Nice.
almost like a lever. Had I had really long fingers,
Yes.
I could have just plucked it out.
Thank you for tying back to the question.
Yep, it takes a while.
It did take a while. But one final question off on this tangent that we've travelled down, and what a lovely road it is. I have to ask you, how did you retrieve said lettuce from under the centre of your car?
Oh, just flailing around on the floor and
Flailing.
kind of batting it out
Batted it.
like a cat under or a cat retrieving a ball of string from underneath the sofa.
Nice. But if you'd had long fingers, it would have been a much
Wouldn't
easier
have been a
job.
problem. Would not have been a problem at all. So yeah, I don't know. You've caught me out with that little.
Yeah.
Mm. It would be great if you could have both. Well,
Well, yeah. Possible.
actually, no, not actually. Both would be awful.
No, both would be.
You'd just have topsy turvy.
Both would be really uncomfortable, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Because how would you, like clothes?
yeah.
You'd have to have like one sleeve longer.
It'd be easy getting your trousers on. You can just kind of hook them up through your belt hooks and kind of.
Yeah, but you don't put trousers on over your arms, do you?
I know. I mean, like from
Oh,
your
you
feet,
mean
like,
like the sort
pulling
of-
them up.
I see. Right, I was going to say
Yeah, no, but
you're
yeah,
wearing your
like,
trousers wrong if you're going through your arms.
that would have been awkward. So no, okay, right. So,
It's a tricky one because
it
there's merit
is.
in both of us, but we've got to come to some kind of. Oh, I know what we can do to while we have an extra think. You
How?
can tell the people about how the Twitter poll voted. That
Oh
could help.
yes, we can.
That,
right.
Have I sprung that on you?
You have. I
in a
completely
complete
forgot. So
surprise?
again, we'll give some details out later on with how you
Yes.
can get in touch. But each week we run a
month, Jack. We've
each
been through
month.
this each month.
Hey, I've just got the original question nailed about which you'd rather fight,
Yeah.
but
But you still don't know when we record
no,
these podcasts.
time is a big thing.
Big
it's,
factor.
It's time's a whole thing.
So to clarify for you,
So
whilst you're loading that up, we record these podcasts once a month,
Yes.
not a week.
And every month just before we record, we throw the question out to you guys so you can answer. And this week this month it's really it's really split the
It
vote.
has. We've done a proper Brexit, haven't we?
Yeah, well, it was close. So on a day ago, it was literally 52 to 48.
Oh, that is a proper Brexit.
It was it'd gone full Brexit, but it's since changed
Has
to
it?
54% to 46%, and it was wow
In favour of what, sir?
in favour as fingers as long as your arms.
Oh,
So you're on the winning side
I've won.
again this week with the people of the Twitter sphere.
thank you, the Twitter sphere, for being on my side.
Actually, no. Sorry, I mistook it. We're one each on Twitter.
We are
now.
one each on Twitter sphere. Because you won last time, didn't
I
you?
did, yes. fantastic memory we both have. So yeah, 54% of the vote
have gone with me.
have gone with you.
Well, I think then,
46% of the vote.
because although we can see merit in both sides, I think we should turn there to the people's vote in order to sort of close this out, I think.
This is so. Okay, now I'll concede
Are you
defeat on this.
conceding?
Yeah, this
So
is
it's 2-1 to me then.
yeah. You've got a power of the people on your side,
I have.
and ultimately that's what matters. Wow. Okay. So yeah, that was. I'm still trying to think of other
You're
reasons.
still trying to... It's too late, mate. It's too late. Let it go.
I know,
Let
it's
it
gone.
go. I've
It's
won.
It's
I've
gone.
won. I've got my gangly hands around that trophy.
So, ways people can get in touch.
Yeah.
Like if you want to join in next month,
Nice.
then you can follow us on Twitter at DSH Podcast.
Yes.
You can also find us on Facebook by searching for Duck Size Horses Podcast.
Yes.
And you can email us at ducksizehorsespodcast@gmail.com.
You can.
But quite excitingly, today
Shall I explain the excitement?
you can. What did I do today, Nathan?
What did you do today, mate? Today? Oh, yes, I know what you did. Sorry. I know exactly what you're referring to. I was thinking of something else, but I know what you did. Today, you started work on our very own website.
I did. We've got a website coming. So you just got one thing to remember now, really.
Yeah.
So forget everything I just said a minute ago. It's probably starting from about 20 minutes ago. You can forget everything I've said then.
If you haven't already.
Yeah. You can head to ducksizehorsespodcast.com.
Look at us. We've got our own website.
All of the details on how to get in touch with us, how to join in with our Twitter poll, to see photos of our monthly competition winner.
Which we'll come on to in a bit.
We will. You can find all of those on our lovely brand spanking new website,
Exactly.
Duck Size Horses Podcast.
But to be fair, we would
.com.
like you to remember the contact details, because that's how you can send us in your questions, comments, get involved in the competition, as we say,
Yeah,
and just basically get involved with this podcast. It's as much yours as it is ours.
exactly. So on to our competition.
Yes.
What is our competition, Nathan?
So, the competition, as I understand it, is we want you to send us a picture of either yourself with a duck or horse or both. Is that right? I'm
That's
looking
correct.
at you for a confirming glance.
So you said earlier it was ingrained in your mind.
It was, but I panicked. So, yes, basically, that's what we want. We want you to send a picture of you with a duck, a horse, or both to win a very, very exciting prize. And that prize is what, Mr.
This
Higgins?
is a signed rubber duck.
It is, and it's signed by
Me.
and me. How exciting.
Incredible.
How exciting.
So if you pop onto our Facebook or Twitter pages, you'll be able to see a photo of me with the big bag of ducks we ordered.
I've never seen so many ducks in a bag in my entire life.
We've signed the first two, which are going to our first competition winners. Lucy, our friend Lucy, is going to her niece, who
Yes.
took a fantastic photo with a giant rubber
It
duck.
was a brilliant photo.
And this month's competition winner, in fact, because we didn't have a competition winner the month before last, so I guess it rolls over.
I suppose it's a rollover,
So
yeah.
well done.
Does
Pete.
that mean he's won 2 ducks?
Yeah, well done, Pete.
It's a
You've
rollover.
won yourself 2 ducks. The
Wow.
normal draw commences again next week.
Yeah. Buy your tickets at all good local news agents.
So yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to sign another.
And
2
I
ducks.
think we are going to put the picture of Pete and the duck online.
Yeah, so
either
you
on
can-
Twitter or Facebook or both, I think.
You can see his
You can
lovely,
see Pete.
handsome face and the lovely, handsome duck as well.
Exactly, and you can see how it's done, how you can get your hands on some plastic tat, really, when you think about it. But yeah, so you can see how it's done, how you can win yourself some.
Yes. So once again, find us on Twitter and on Facebook. Head to ducksizehorsespodcast.com.
Yeah, which will go live at some point this
Yeah.
week.
Email us ducksizehorsespodcast@gmail.com. You can hopefully hit the contact button on the website as well. I'm
Nice.
gonna
That would
try
be good.
gonna try do all of that. But thanks for listening to the third of the series.
Third episode.
The third in the trilogy.
Yes.
The ongoing. No, trilogy is only 3.
Trilogy is only 3. We're hoping to do more than 3.
Yep, it's going to be
Because you spent £7 on ducks, and we've got to make sure that you break even at some point.
Yep. But again, thank you very much
Yeah,
for
thank
listening. Joining us for episode 4. We have something maybe special planned for episode
We
4.
do. We are possibly going to do an on-location episode, we're thinking.
If you have a little look on our social media, we mentioned a minute ago, you can find out all about what it is we're going to be doing.
Yes.
And get in touch because we're going to be looking for some special questions.
We are.
to
A
answer.
specific type.
But thank you.
Thank you.
And we shall
We'll
see you
next month, Jack.
next month.
Next month.